Hey, this is Jace with Black Raven Pit and Purpose, and this week we're doing vegetables. We're going to start with our corn, put in the peppers later. We'll kind of get into all that here in a second. We're also going to be talking about the nonprofit called Keep Omaha Beautiful, which does exactly what they say they do with lots of different programs that I won't even have time to talk about all of them in this video. But let's go ahead and go to the prep and kind of show you guys what I did to get the vegetables started. All right, well, I've already taken all my bell peppers and kind of cored them out. Took out all the seeds and just kind of sliced them in half. That's just my ideal way to smoke them. From here, we're just going to add a little bit of olive oil. This will just kind of help them kind of receive the smoke once they're in the smoker, as well as get the rub to stick. So I'm just going to pour a little bit in here. I'll go ahead and just mix it up a little bit, try and get them all pretty well covered. Okay, next we'll take a little bit of our rub. Now it's important to choose a rub that doesn't have any sort of sugars in it, because that'll actually burn on the veggies when they're in the smoker. So today I'm using my Bayou Blaze. It doesn't have any brown sugar or anything like that. It's just a nice sweet heat. So I'm just going to take about a quarter of a cup here. Just kind of sprinkle that. And you don't want to get too crazy with it. You just want enough to kind of get a little bit of that flavor in there. So about a quarter of a cup for roughly 9 peppers is probably about perfect. Move some around a little bit. Do some more. Oop. Okay. Now I got all my rub in there. I'm just going to go ahead and mix these up even more. Okay, we're starting to get a nice color to those. You can kind of see the red from the rub on there, especially on the green ones. And one thing I'll also do is I'll go through and find any where rub may have collected. I'll kind of just clean it out as best as I can. You just don't want any big pockets of rub just kind of sitting, because when you go to bite into it, that's all you'll taste is the rub. You won't taste any of the veggies. Lastly, I have 1/3 of a cup of black pepper, so I'm just going to sprinkle that pretty liberally around here. Mostly this is for color. Now I'm not using the whole 1/3 of a cup. Honestly, I'm using this more as just a device to spread the pepper without having to really pull it directly out of my big container. So again, go ahead and mix all these up. Again, looking for any pockets where rub might have collected, just kind of clearing those out. These are looking pretty good. I'll show you what we're looking at here. Now the corn I actually won't do anything with. I'm going to actually smoke them in the husk. If you really want to get them to be more steamy, you can soak them in water for about 30 minutes before you put them on the smoker, but I'm just going to do mine raw and just kind of see how it turns out. Now I will say if you remove the husk, you can actually get a more smoky flavor on your corn, but I just want to make them plain and just kind of keep them so that way I can flavor them later however I want, just because I'm not just cooking for me, I'm cooking for my family as well. So now that these peppers are good to go, we'll let them sit for about 10 minutes, maybe 15, and then they'll be ready to throw in the smoker. Okay, so with me doing 2 different types of veggies today, we're going to start with the corn, because that's going to take twice as long to do as the peppers. Now my smoker is set at 275 degrees, so we'll go ahead and get the corn thrown in on the upper rack, just to kind of get it started, and then we'll come back when we're ready to throw on the peppers and flip the corn over. All right, it's been 45 minutes. Let's go ahead and flip our corn over and get our peppers on. All right, we'll let these all go for another 45 minutes and then they should be just about done. The key that we're looking for is on the peppers. We just want a slight blistering to happen on the skin. As soon as you see that, just pull them all out and you're good to go, ready to serve. Now let's go ahead and talk about Keep Omaha Beautiful, one of the great nonprofits that we have here in Omaha that actually does a lot to help our community. So Keep Omaha Beautiful actually has a wide range of programs, events, volunteer options for people to be able to help them and help our community. And they're all about just doing what their name says, keeping Omaha beautiful. So they do environmental education programs, and those go for pretty much all ages. They do a lot of school functions, stuff like that, and that kind of keeps the community involved and just kind of knowledgeable about what's going on with their urban environment and how their actions affect the environment. They also do personal development workshops for educators so they can pass on that knowledge to the kids that they're teaching, which is really important these days because, you know, kids are the future and we've got to make sure that they know the necessary things they need in order to thrive. And with the environment the way it is, every little bit helps. Volunteer opportunities, they have a ton of them, and whether you want to go help clean up parks or help clean up waterways or go plant trees, like they got it. Like if you want to do it and it helps the environment, they probably have a program that you can volunteer for. One thing they're really well known for is their tree canopy improvement initiatives and the Trees for Tomorrow program. Now these actually are just tree planting programs where they'll go around and just kind of plant trees wherever they're able to. I've seen a few projects myself where you just kind of drive by and suddenly you see 100 trees that are just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and it's kind of really cool to see all the volunteers out there helping. They also do a stormwater awareness program which addresses water pollution via educational resources and community service projects, which include cleaning up our riverways and various freshwater supplies. They also have something called the Recycling Right campaign, which helps residents recycle properly and reduce waste with online recycling education sources such as the Omaha Recycling Guide. Now, this is a really important thing, especially with just the overall existence of plastics in almost every environment you can find, including our own bodies. So recycling just helps kind of push that number back. And so, you know, we aren't fishing and end up eating the plastics that the fish eat. It's a whole circle of life. And it's really true that like the tiniest little differences make a big difference in the long run. Now these are just a few of the programs that they have that I can find on their website, but honestly, if you keep digging around on their website, you'll find much, much more that they offer. So please check out their website, see if there's ways that you can volunteer, and anything that you can do to kind of help them thrive will help Omaha and our community. All right, we're just waiting for things to get finished up here. As soon as it's done, I'm ready to eat. So we'll see you when everything's finished. All right, these turned out looking great. They smell amazing. Let's go ahead and give them a try. I love peppers, but that tastes amazing. Oh man, I'm gonna eat this whole thing. So damn good. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll be here next week with another nonprofit and another meal for you.